Hi Aries, welcome to November. This is Teresa from Tarot by T. And before I start your reading, I want to call in some good energy. So this month we start right on the heels of a full moon in Taurus. And then on the 3rd, Mercury goes direct. On the 12th, Jupiter conjuncts Pluto, which is a powerful conjunction. And then Mars, your ruling planet Mars, goes direct this month on the 13th, so that'll give you a push or some energy. And then we have a new moon, in Scorpio on the 15th, or the 14th if you're on the 15th on the East Coast. Depending on where you live, it could be the 14th, late at night. It's kind of happening as the day transitions from midnight to the morning. So we'll see what's coming up. We have a lot going on this month. Energies that were blocked are now going to start to move forward, especially with Mercury and Mars, the inner planets moving forward. That should eventually unblock some of the energy, some of the frustrations that we've been experiencing over the past year. So let's see what the cards say about love and relationships for Aries. What does Aries need to know about love and relationships for the month of November? I think November is going to be a lot better than October was. October was pretty rough for a lot of people, especially cardinal signs. I have Capricorn rising, so I know it was a rough month. I'm glad to see it go. So let's see. What does Aries need to know about love and relationships for November? What is coming up in November for Aries? Give it one more shuffle. And then we'll see what we got. This is the Steampunk Tarot for those who are interested. I love this deck. 10 of Swords. The Hangman. The Justice card. The 8 of Swords. The Empress. The 5 of Pentacles. The 4 of Wands. The 7 of Swords. The 6 of Wands. And the 5 of Cups. And the card underneath the deck is the 7 of Wands. Okay, so this is interesting. Something is ending with the 10 of Swords. Could be you've come to the end of the line in a situation. It could be a relationship, or even could be a career path too. But whatever it is, it's over. You're done. You're not going to give it. In a way, it's for some of you. It could be that you just decided, I'm done. I just can't give this any more energy. I'm just done. I need to move on. And you have the Hangman here, which is like feeling like you're in limbo, like you've already made the decision, but for some reason you can't move. Things are preventing you, or have been, because you have the 8 of Swords in the past. Things have been preventing you from moving forward. The Hangman is about, though, giving something up for something better. The 10 of Swords also, a lot of people see the 10 of Swords. I see it as a positive thing because it means the worst is over. When you get to the 10, it can't get any worse. I mean, this is it. When you hit rock bottom, like you've reached the max. And now you can only improve from here. You can only go up from here. So whatever you need to release, let go. Just let go. And karma might be at play. You have justice here in the past. So there could be some legal situations. If it's a relationship, maybe there's like a divorce or some kind of legal thing that you have to tie up, loose ends, before you can move on. The Justice card is also a card of karma. So you're ending a karmic situation, where there are lessons to be learned. And it's over, and you're ready to see things from a new perspective with the Hangman. The Hangman is someone who's hanging upside down. He sees things in a different way. So you may be viewing things in a way that other people don't understand, and you have to defend yourself or explain yourself. And especially since the 7 of Swords is here, You may be made the scapegoat for someone else's error or mistake. Like they might be blaming you for things that you didn't do. The Seven of Swords can sometimes mean it's the thief card, so you may feel like someone is taking something from you or trying to steal something from you, or they're not, or someone is not being transparent. They're just not being honest. You know, you want them to tell you what's going on, and they're hiding something. The Eight of Swords here. You felt trapped for a while. Like you wanted to. You had a fear of moving out of a situation that you knew was not right for you, but you were afraid to take action, or something was blocking you from taking action with the Eight of Swords, because this is someone who feels trapped, feels imprisoned. It's almost like damned if you do, damned if you don't. Like you didn't see any options as being a positive option. So but that energy is fading. I feel like you're coming out of a difficult time. The Empress is up here in the future. It's just starting. So the Empress there's a focus on home and family. If you're breaking up with someone or you're ending something that wasn't right for you, you have people around you. You have support. So don't feel, when you have this Five of Pentacles, this is the card, you might be going through a depression or feeling cut off from family, feeling not good enough in something. Like, don't do that to yourself. Especially if you end a relationship, or if you're not the person leaving, if someone else is the one who's leaving, you may feel, it causes you to feel like, oh, what was wrong with me? Or I'm not good enough? Or that's just something that everybody feels when they break up with someone. It doesn't mean that you are not, that there's anything wrong with you. It's just, things happen. Five of Pentacles, you could be going through some kind of financial difficulty. There could be instability in finances with the Five of Pentacles. But you have family support here, the Empress. Family, focusing on family, and knowing also with the Justice card that justice will be done. There'll be a fair outcome. It may not feel fair at the time, but over time you'll see. And you have the Four of Wands here, but it's in your negative thinking. So there's a lot that you can build on. You have a lot of security. This is a victory card. You can achieve some type of victory at this time. It may not feel that way at the beginning, but there is victory coming. You have the Six of Wands here. So whatever someone is trying, if you feel victimized by a relationship or a situation, maybe you feel like someone has not been totally honest with you, or they say one thing to your face, another thing behind your back. Or you may feel like they're trying to take something from you. Justice will prevail in the end. There'll be a favorable outcome, and you will get the recognition you deserve. The Six of Wands is a card of victory. So you might be ending one situation, but then getting recognition and reward in a new situation or a different situation. And there could be some jealousy around that. Maybe you're experiencing career success, and some people are not. You have to be careful about who you think you can trust, because there might, if you're experiencing the energy of the Four of Wands and the Six of Wands in a career situation, not everyone might be happy for you. So just be aware of who your friends are. You have the Five of Cups here as an outcome. This is a card of regret or disappointment. Like you're focusing on the past and focusing on your losses. Maybe if you're ending a relationship, for some of you, you might feel like, I wish I had done things differently, or I wish things had worked out differently. You might be taking the blame or taking the rap for the relationship, and it may not be all of your fault. It might just be. So don't do that to yourself. Don't take responsibility for the whole thing. It takes two to tango. Because the Five of Cups sometimes is, focusing on your losses, but you're not seeing what you still have to build on. And there are still two cups that are filled, but right now you might be just feeling the sense of loss or disappointment or regret. Now the card underneath the deck was the Seven of Wands. This gives you, so you might have to defend yourself or stand up, set some boundaries. There could be someone who's going through a difficult financial time, and they might be maybe trying, for some of you, you might feel like someone might come to you expecting financial support. You have to set your boundaries. you have the upper hand in any situation. So if there's any kind of disagreement over money or, the settling of property, you have the upper hand and you have the vantage point. So don't let anyone bully you or take advantage of you. Stand your ground is what the Seven of Wands is saying. And don't be afraid to lean on the people that love you for support. And, you may feel like you're in limbo right now with the Hangman, but things are going to start to shift. You'll see, especially as your planet Mars, your ruling planet, starts to move forward. You're going to see things start to get better. There's going to be improvement. So let's see what the astrology has to say. So the full moon, which is happening on Halloween, October 31st, which is in your second house. It's in your financial house. So the moon is in the second house, the 8th house, and the sun is in the 8th house. So this is your financial sector. It's also the house of what do I value? Am I being valued? Self-esteem. And the moon is conjunct Uranus. So this could be an emotional, and usually full moons represent an ending. It could be an emotional time. And it could be a time when something unexpected pops up that you weren't expecting around money. Some unexpected development around money comes up. Maybe you feel that a decision made by an authority figure might not be fair, because I'm seeing you also have Mercury in the 7th house squaring Saturn in the 10th house. So Saturn going through your 10th house, your status is changing. So that could sometimes mean changing from single to married or married to single. With Mercury in the 7th, there could be something involving contracts. And you may argue with authority figures. You may feel like the rules are not fair, or something is, you're not thinking in a positive way. You're not, because Mercury square Saturn can sometimes make people feel pessimistic or make people feel paranoid, depressed. You might be going through a depressing time. So don't focus on the negative. It's really important not to focus on the negative. Focus on the positive. And the positive is Venus. Venus going through your 7th house. So something may end, but there could also be the potential for something new to begin, because Venus in the 7th house can bring a more harmonious relationship your way. One that can even be healing, because you have Chiron. Venus is opposing Chiron in the 1st house. So you're really, with Chiron in your 1st house, you're really feeling, you're needing to heal right now. And with Venus in the 7th, it could bring someone who is ruled by Venus, like a Taurus or a Libra, your way. Venus will bring greater harmony in relationships. So after the fallout, after like the worst is over, maybe you could work through some kind of diplomatic way of creating greater harmony in a relationship. Or there could be a new relationship that brings healing, that helps you get over whatever ended. With Uranus involved in this full moon, you just never know what's going to happen. There could be some surprising developments at the last minute. Usually around financial, it could be money. So if you're negotiating a contract with someone, excuse me for a second, you could be, there could be some surprise developments around money that you're expected to pay, money that you agreed on. Then Mercury goes direct, especially because Mercury, at this full moon, Mercury will still be retrograde, but it is moving direct. So when Mercury's retrograde, a lot of times there's miscommunications, misunderstandings. Things will get better as Mercury goes direct. Communication, if you're waiting to hear news, communication should start to come through. And also this month, Jupiter will be conjuncting Pluto. And that's happening in your 10th house. So that's really a good time for career. You can have some type of career success that brings in greater recognition. Maybe you're getting into a position of power or leadership. It could also bring more money, because the Jupiter and Pluto conjunction is usually a wealth building aspect. But it won't happen without hard work. So you'll be working hard, but you'll get rewarded for your effort. Then we have Mars turning direct on the 13th. Where is Mars? Mars is in your first house, so you're going to start to feel more energetic. You know, with Mars retrograde, you might have been feeling that you just wanted to do things, but you just didn't have the energy, or you just weren't feeling up to speed. And especially with Mercury retrograde, it seems like everything was just dragging through the mud, like nothing was happening quick enough for you. This should start to change as Mars goes direct on the 13th. And then we have a new moon in Scorpio. And that new moon is happening in your 8th house. So there could be some new developments. Maybe you find a new source of income. Well, not so much income that you earn from your job, but more like financial support. There could be financial support coming in November, especially around the time of this new moon, because this new moon is also sextile Jupiter and Pluto in your 10th house. So for some of you, you might be getting a new job that pays more, or if you're in a relationship, your partner could be earning more money, because the 8th house is a partner's income. Also, it could mean receiving an insurance payout, an inheritance, some kind of financial support that comes from other people, like a bank or a loan or something like that. So if you're struggling financially, if you're going through a financial crunch, that could end at the new moon. You can see more money coming your way, or more support. The 8th house is also the house of intimacy. So there could be a new relationship developing that you find is more intimate than anything you've experienced in the past, where you really can let your guard down and let someone get to know you on a deep level. Mercury, around the time of this new moon, Mercury will be opposing Uranus. So that can mean unexpected messages, unexpected communication. When Uranus is in your 2nd house, there could be fluctuations in your income. So money comes in, money goes out. It's like high and low. Like one minute you've got all this money, next minute you don't. It's like feast or famine. Sometimes when Uranus goes through the 2nd house, people wind up working as a freelancer or on a contract basis. So money fluctuates, but you have more freedom. Uranus wants to give you more freedom when it comes to financial matters, so that you're not so much dependent on other people. So you can maybe you have a side job or a side gig that brings in money and gives you a chance to work from home or set your own hours. Venus will be squaring Pluto at this new moon from the 7th house. So you could, if you're in a new relationship, there could be some power struggles. Pluto in the 10th can bring someone that really changes your life path in some way. You could be coming into a position of power. You could be connecting with someone who is very intense in a relationship, and there could be some manipulation or power struggles in relationships. But for the most part, I think that this new moon is a good one, especially because it's sextile. It's being favorably aspecting the Jupiter-Pluto conjunction. So if you've been having problems with financial issues or financial support, there could be some powerful changes that bring you more support, that bring you the finances that you need. So that won't be an issue. It'll be like the worst is over, and now you're going to be on a more secure path. So that's my forecast for November. I think that the most significant thing this month is your ruling planet moving forward, coming out of the retrograde period. I mean, Mars in Aries has been it's very strong in Aries, but when it's retrograde, it's not operating at full power. Now that Mars is coming back online and starting to operate at full power, you're going to see things start to shift and move in a smoother way. You're going to have more energy, more fire, more fight. So you won't feel so much stuck in the mud like you have over the past couple of months while Mars was retrograding. So this is a plus. Focus on the positive. Release whatever no longer serves you. If something is ending, let it go. And prepare for this new beginning. And prepare to hit the ground running when Mars goes forward. Because as Mars goes forward, and while it's in Aries, it's giving you strength and it's giving you power. So use that energy. It's a rare moment when you have Mars in your sign. And especially in Aries, because it's so strong and it's your ruling planet. So if you're wanting to launch something, the best time to launch is when Mars is going forward in your sign. So that's my forecast for November, Aries. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, click on the like button. If you'd like a private reading, click on the link in the description box. It'll take you to my website and we can get you on the schedule. And we could do a reading based on your specific issues. In the meantime, I want to say thank you, everyone, for supporting this channel, for liking, for sharing, for commenting, for purchasing readings. I really appreciate your support. And have a happy Halloween. I hope you had a happy Halloween. And let's see what November brings. I hope it's good. I think it's going to be a better month than October. So enjoy November, and I will talk to you again next month. Okay, bye now.